I'd like to make small remark. I'd like to use Jewish music to study for BCB exam. It works well for me. Okay, let's go. So, philosophical underpinnings of applied behavioral analysis. What are the simple questions? What are the dimensions of behavior? What are the dimensions of behavior in ABA? There are 7 dimensions. Applied. There are 7 dimensions. It's a good hack to remember that there are 7 dimensions. So what are they? What they are? Applied, behavioral, analytic, technological, conceptually systematic, effective, and generality, according to Bayer, Wolf, and Risley 1968 article. Let's go more into details. Who defined, and that brings us to the next question. To better understand the first question. To better understand the dimensions of ABA, we need to ask ourselves the question: who defined applied behavioral analysis in 1968? And like I mentioned before, it's Bayer, Wolf, and Risley in 1968. I want to try different music. 1 second. This is inspirational. Why inspirational? Because we want to pass. So inspirational is good. Let's keep inspirational. So who defined applied behavioral analysis? This is a must to know. Who defined applied behavioral analysis in 1968? Bayer, Wolf, and Risley's 1968 article, which is still used as the standard description of ABA. So basically this article, which was written in 1968 by Bayer, Wolf, and Risley, describes what ABA is. It lists the following 7 characteristics of ABA. Applied, and I'd like to go more into details. Applied ABA focuses on the social significance of the behavior studied. Social significance. For example, a non-applied researcher may study eating behavior because the research helps to clarify metabolic processes, whereas the applied researcher may study eating behavior in individuals who eat too little or too much, trying to change such behavior so that it is more acceptable to the persons involved. And you know what? I'd like to go even in more details. 1 second, the music, I think it's too loud. Music is very important for me. Maybe you know what? Maybe I will change the music, because this music a little bit. So 1 second. I want to find something long and relaxing. Okay, I found something that I like. Okay, because I want to go more deeply, dig into those 7 dimensions. Okay, so like I said, I just explained applied, because applied it's not something abstract, it's applied. Applied researcher may study eating behavior in individuals who eat too little or too much. Specific, trying to change such behavior so that it is more acceptable to the persons involved. Change target behavior. That's why it's applied. We'll make sure you understand that. Okay, behavioral. What is behavioral? ABA is pragmatism. It asks how it is possible to get an individual to do something effectively. To answer this question, the behavior itself must be objectively measured. We measure behavior, frequency, rate, etc. I'm not gonna go too much into details about frequency and rate. Sorry. So to answer this question, the behavior itself must be objectively measured. Verbal descriptions are treated as behavior in themselves and not as substitutes for the behavior described. I think it's understood. Analytic. What is analytic? Analytic behavior analysis is successful when the analyst understands and can manipulate the events that controlled a target behavior. This may be relatively easy to do in the web, where a researcher is able to arrange the relevant events, but is not always easy or ethical in an applied situation. Because remember, it's applied behavioral analysis. It's not something in a laboratory. It should be applied in practical life, in real life situation. Bayer outlined two methods that may be used in applied settings to demonstrate. It's two in the morning. That's why I'm yapping. Okay. Okay. So Bayer outlined two methods that may be used in applied settings to demonstrate control while maintaining ethical standards. By the way, ethical is very important in applied behaviors analysis. We always should keep in mind ethical standards. These are reversal design as the multiple baseline, and these are the reversal design and multiple baseline design. In the reversal design, the experimenter first measures the behavior of choice. It's a baseline, I think. So in the reversal design, the experimenter first measures the behavior of choice, introduces an intervention, and then measures the behavior again. Then the intervention is removed or reduced, and the behavior is measured yet again. So it's like this: baseline, intervention, behavior without intervention. Okay, let me finish it. These are the reversal design and the multiple baseline design. In the reversal design, the experimenter first measures the behavior of choice, which is baseline, introduces an intervention, and then measures the behavior again without intervention. Then the intervention is removed or reduced, and the behavior is measured yet again. The intervention is effective to the extent that the behavior changes and then changes back in response to these manipulations. The multiple baseline method may be used for behaviors that seem irreversible. Here, several behaviors are measured, and then the intervention is applied to each in turn. The effectiveness of the intervention is reviewed by changes in just the behavior to which the intervention is being applied. So this, it's not simple, but it's understandable, technological. The description of analytic research must be clear and detailed, so that any competent researcher can repeat it accurately. Cooper described a good way to check this. Have a person trained in applied behavioral analysis read the description and then act out the procedure in detail. If the person makes any mistake or has to ask any question, then the description needs improvement. It's gonna be on the exam. It's like they're gonna be a question approximately like this. One BCBA goes on vacation and he leaves treatment plan for another BCBA to follow. So it should be technological, means it's written that doesn't matter, any BCBA can follow and reach the same treatment outcomes. That's technological. If the treatment plan or protocol is misleading, something is misunderstanding, then it's not technological. Technological, it should be good blueprint of easy to follow. Okay, and that brings us to conceptually systematic. So what is conceptually systematic? Behavioral analysis should not simply produce a list of effective interventions. Rather to the extent possible, this method should be grounded in behavioral principles. This is aided by the use of theoretically meaningful terms such as secondary reinforcement or errorless discrimination where appropriate. Okay, this is understandable also. Effective. Through analytic methods should be theoretically analytical methods should be theoretically grounded. They must be effective. If an intervention does not produce a large enough effect for practical use, then the analysis has failed. So it should produce the results basically. And generality. Behavior analysts should aim for interventions that are generally applicable. The method should work in different environments, apply to more than one specific behavior, and have long-lasting effects. Simply speaking, therapy interventions should be used across different settings: daycare, home, school, park, restaurant, different environments. For example, child can use restroom at home. He's trained, right? Child is trained to use restroom at home. But when child goes with parents to restaurant or to a playground, to daycare, he's confused how to use the restroom. But if the child, that's why we train across different settings. If the child is trained across different settings, then it's easier for him to use those skills. It can be anything. It can be identifying color or shapes. Doesn't matter what it is, but it should be taught across different settings. That's why it's called generality or generalization. And that's it for basically for philosophical underpinnings. That's enough for now.